What is going on, everyone? My name's Boyd and I'm back with some more Age mythology. The Titans action spawning in the left side of the map in the red color, playing as Zeus. His name is Skady. His opponent today in the blue color, playing as Loki. His name is Magic. This is the final game of their series. And it wasn't like a best of anything, so I'm not giving any spoilers about who won with that. Could be anyone, doesn't matter. And they just played them randomly, and it was good. It's been a really, really fantastic series, super high level, lots of really exciting games. Final game on Mediterranean. Got to hit that Mediterranean button. It's great. It's a great map. Everyone loves it. And we've got Loki here for Magic against Zeus. So Skady with the Zeus is going to be a powerhouse on this map. However, if Magic has ever listened to anything I've said, he may try and play this like I've said. So I think that of the Norse gods against Zeus, Loki has the highest chance of winning, or the best chance of winning. Because Zeus players always go Athena here, you do have semi-fast heroic all-ins with her, with like Hall of Thane's Hersa that are possible here. So the idea behind Loki into Zeus on Mediterranean is that you want to play defensive. You are going to lose the water, but you want to lose it as slowly as possible. So you don't want to leave your docks. You want to utilize Healing Spring in order to keep your boats alive, and you just try and keep as much fish as alive as possible. Now, in order to get a map, you do need to get a map where you've got nice fish. So this spawn here happens sometimes. If Magic was in Skady's position, 2 docks here to try and defend these 6 fishing spots would be beautiful. However, Magic's fishing spots are a little bit far apart, so defending them is going to be super hard. So another dock here may be able to defend these 5 spots, may be able to defend these spots over here. So another dock over this side wouldn't be a bad idea either for him. So we'll see what he goes for. If you try and play this like you're on an even playing field on the water, you will lose 100 times out of 100. So you do have to try something crazy here in order to win, or not even crazy, just kind of you have to try something. So what I like to try here is when I'm in the classical age, I'm building longboats, I'm building some Hersa. I try to raid a little bit with a Hersa, and I don't put many more villages over onto wood than I start with. And we start putting villages over to gold. We put villages onto the herdables that are left over, so we try and leave those and eat the chicken instead. And that's the play. That's the plan. So we'll see what Magic's going to do, what Skady's going to do. I imagine Skady just goes for a 420 here, something like that, and then tries to win the water as fast as possible, get 3 town centers, and try and survive here. One kind of brutal way that you can play this as Zeus is go Hermes. I don't think you don't really need Athena to win. You can just go Hermes, but Athena just makes it so much easier. So we'll see. He's going Athena. So Athena against Forseti, I guess, and Magic's advancing very, very late here. It's looking like Temple just about to come up, and he's not going to be able to click up after this villager, I don't think, unless he's... Well, he is trying. He's dumping his fish, but I don't think he's going to have enough. Oh, it's going to be close, actually. There we go. He does have enough. Well done. All right. And Forseti coming through, he can split up his villages onto 2 separate wood lines. This is really good as well if you have, like, the deer spawn when you're trying to advance to the heroic age or trying to get out some more Hersa. There's the boar spawn, which is fine. It's just not as much hunt. But when you split your ox carts out, you can send 1 pack over onto the boar there as you're trying to get to the heroic age. There's the dock coming up for Skady. Magic throwing up his dock. He needs to get up a house as well. Any upgrades? He's getting pickaxe of all things. Interesting. And we are probably going to be seeing hand axe and pickaxe for Skady. Immediately starting to build the trireme. And Magic, on the other hand, throwing down his houses. He's got a good amount of resources here. But he's going to be behind on the boat production, which is sort of fine. Not really, but he has to play defensive. So at least that's going to force him to play defensive. So we'll see. These fishing spots here, unfortunately, are going to get pushed off immediately. It's going to be really hard for Magic to get them back unless he put up a dock here. If he got a dock here, he probably could defend it. And he's got the resources in the bank, so maybe it would have been worthwhile. Now we see the Minotaur coming in. This isn't something we should be too worried about. We should be building some Ursa here. Anyways. Magic could try and sneak the fishing spots up here as well. As a thing, maybe. And we see the boats coming through. Should cast a healing spring down at some point. Minotaur getting dealt with by the troll. There's the healing spring. And it actually heals really, really fast. As the trireme's coming back in here. Nice micro from Skady as the troll gets bolted there. Ursa on the way. You can just chop down the straggler trees and run this villager around or something like that. But looks like Skady is able to move into Magic's position here. But there are two docks now helping out. That's going to force Skady back. And there's the Ursa popping out. Able to take down the Minotaur. Skady getting even more value here. As these longboats need to be healed back up. You got to sort of treat them a lot like the Ursa and just take them out of the fight and onto the healing spring. Maybe the healing spring should have gone down over here, as this is the place where he's retreating to. But, those ships are still coming back out. Looks like the longboat's getting a lot of damage there onto that longboat as he's trying to get retreated back, and he has managed to keep it alive here. Again, nice micro by Skady. He's so good at this. And unfortunately, here's the problem that a lot of the Loki players run into. Because you have not enough gold to produce dwarves, you get stuck when you get pushed off the food here. So maybe even better to put like a couple more gatherers onto gold to make sure you get the extra gold you need in order to make dwarves, so that you're continuously building villagers. It's really important because right now Skady getting super far in front. He's deciding he's ready to fight this. So we're only on what, like 9 trireme here to 14. Sorry, 9 longboats to 14 trireme. And even with the docks helping out, it's just not enough. His Magic looks like he is going to be losing this water. He's cut the fish here, losing the water this fast. It's going to be really difficult for him to get any value. He's throwing up a longhouse. He can get hold of Thanes instantly. So he can hit some raids here. Had he built any Ursa while this was going on, but he just couldn't afford it because he was building gatherers instead of dwarves. I'm gonna think I might have to do a video on how to do the Loki macro on Mediterranean in order to gracefully lose the water while getting some units in order to raid the wood line. Maybe it's possible. I don't know. Gatherers dumping the food in. Can move over onto the picks. Trireme over here, able to take down the fishing ships. More longhouses coming up. Still no Hall of Thanes, which is a little bit peculiar. And he's making throwing axemen, which is not going to work. And Skady getting this town center up. Completely meta to get the 3 town centers as soon as you win the water. And then even Skady just sort of adding insult to injury here, microing the trireme back and forth, but Magic notices it. And the town center going up for Magic as he's trying to continue here in this game. Odysseus and Jason wanting to come forward and put a stop to this. There are probably maybe enough units here to take this down. I think a buff which would make sense for throwing action would be to be able to get bonus damage against the archaic hero, but it's not really that important. I just think it should be a thing. I think they should. I think throwing axemen should do their bonus damage against Jason. Anyways, town center going up. Villagers coming forward to push Jason and Theseus back. No, Jason and Odysseus back. Skady's 3 town centers right now. He's going to be booming like a madman, getting out per scene. Has all of the economy. Magic trying to produce units. He's getting Herser out. He's getting throwing axemen out. We'll see what Skady where Skady wants to go from here. He's going to move forward and try and grab this town center possibly. Magic's town center just about to get up. He's going to find himself in a little bit of a difficult position to be building both Herser and 2 gatherers with only this many villagers on food. He's going to have to start making dwarves maybe from this town center. It's just fine. And Skady throwing up a wall here, making sure that this town center can't be secured. Now the villagers moving over onto this location, maybe trying to grab the berry bushes. It's a little bit dangerous. Oh, and Magic's going to walk straight past the trireme. We'll see if he notices. Oh, he does manage to avoid the majority of the fire there because they only deal 14 damage. So very lucky. Does he have Hall of Thanes yet? Still no Hall of Thanes. So these Herser are practically useless at this point. 4 town centers for Skady. Gaia Book of Knowledge, not going to help out. Monkey Head, not going to help out. There's nothing that Magic can do here unless he can start raiding. He needed to start raiding sort of as soon as he lost the water to get any sort of chance, but just going to attempt to boom 2 town centers here and catch up a little bit. Potentially a flaming weapons might give him enough favor to give him an advantage. Skady here is just about to click up here. Just completely greeting, realizing he's in no pressure. He's going Apollo now. No military at all. We see archery range, military academy, archery range for Skady. So he's going to have so many resources, or so many units to play, so many resources to build them with. It's going to be like 100 population fairly soon in just villages. He's building them from everywhere. More longhouses up for Magic now. Magic's started to farm. He's got the upgrades. He's got the walls on this location as well. And it's looking like Skady's military population is kind of all in trireme right now. So if Magic had some sort of something to do here, you could get some value. He's trying to sneak by. Does Skady notice it? He actually may not have noticed those units moving by there. This is very sneaky from Magic. He's a very sneaky man, and he's managed to get by. But what's the play here? Flaming weapons, the base? Is there an armory up? There is an armory up. Magic's just about to click up. Maybe temple forward? And then start building Herser forward? Still no Hall of Thanes for the Herser. Probably at this point it's not going to work for him. There's the immediate market. Njord coming forward for Magic. The longhouse is coming down plus a temple. I sort of wish he just backed off. It's because he didn't know that this is where the sound center was. He kind of gave away his position here, but now he's here. Njord coming through. I imagine Skady just going to go Hera here for the free win. Going to be really hard for the Magic to avoid the lightning storm, but he will have Njord. He'll have Walking Woods. He'll have a Mountain Giant, and potentially build a second Mountain Giant as well straight away. But there's a fortress now in the front of this map here. So many longhouses getting built. So many of those throwing axemen coming out. Still no Herser. I'm raiding cavalry instead. There's Magic opting to try and all in this town center. I think he actually may be able to take it down. I mean, he will be able to take it down because Skady still doesn't have any units. We see the mountain giant coming through. Walking Woods comes in on... I thought that was not 6 there. I thought he kind of stuffed it up. Skady having to use his underworld passage to come back. But this is really just a delay point right now. For Skady, if he can just come in and prevent this town center from going down before Hera pops. It's going to be really tough for Magic to continue this push. But the units fighting here, it's like Magic wins this fight right now. And this mountain giant doing significant damage here. Probably not enough. Do we see Magic building more? He is building more mountain giants here. He's pushing in, and Magic has to sort of know that the Mythic Age is coming through. So if he splits up his army here, maybe. Nope, there's the Lightning Storm. Going to pick off all of these units. Where the mountain giants can keep doing some damage, plus these walking giants can keep going here. But Magic drops down to 93 population. Skady's sitting at 154. He's still desperately trying to take this town center down. Skady almost out of resources here as well. As another mountain giant comes in. So the village is all desperately trying to repair this town center. As Heracles now coming through. Another mountain giant. Not sure he's even going to get the town center down here. Maybe with this special attack here. Heracles comes down. The snowy or the walking woods get picked off. Town center getting awfully close here. But all of these resources that Magic's spending on this, it's not even going to matter here. As the town center does finally go down, as another mountain giant meets his demise, Magic has successfully taken the town center down. But where can he go from here? Potentially hitting this location. If he had some more mountain giants to build. Doesn't even have his temple here. That's because he deleted it to get the forward mountain giant out. And more mountain giant coming through. Unfortunately, he didn't build a hill fort. If he built a hill fort, he could have got out Huskal here in order to keep pushing. The Huskal throwing Axeman army is really strong against the Greek army. You can trade really, really efficiently, but obviously it's difficult to get it up. We do see Magic going for the hill fort here. You see that Skady's deleting his boats. He's getting the town center back. And the hill fort is just about to get up. We've even got some Myrmidon now coming out, and this hill fort probably not going to be enough, even with the Huskal. They train 9 seconds. And now we've got Bellerophon out. That's going to be a tough one to deal with, as Magic's hiding off in this corner here, trying to rebuild his buildings, rebuild his forward base. But what else is he trying to do? Trying to sneak through with this medium throwing axeman, I guess. Just getting thwarted though. And the Bellerophon just does so much damage there. Jumps in on, kills that raiding cavalry almost in one hit there. Now Skady can just take this hill fort down with the Petropolis he's got. He could even just walk in and win this fight here. Obviously, he doesn't want to waste too many of his units. He doesn't have to. And Magic is going to attempt to make a break for it here. And he's going to take a lot of damage while retreating. He only managed to get 3 Huskal out. So this Toxodia army still too strong for him to fight here. We do see that Hell is being clicked up though. Not sure if that's going to help out enough or not. He's got a lot of favor, or a lot of gold in the bank here. Skady with the micro on the Bellerophon though. Able to keep him alive. Make the throwing axeman do no damage. And now we wait. See if the Nidhogg can give Magic some sort of a comeback here. I started to build ox carts, getting the economy nice and strong, but only 2 town centers. Even if he was on 3 town centers here, it would be a really difficult game to win. Skady's getting out his engineers and his draft horses, ready to start pushing in with more and more siege. The hill fort's now coming up for Magic again, attempting to get those Huskarls back out. Magic is at almost full population here. He does have a temple, so he can build the frost giants or fire giants, but against Zeus, fire giants actually not the best. You kind of want to build frost giants, and you can get that upgrade from hell to make the frost giants just as strong as, or just as strong-ish as rhyme frost giants. And there's the Mythic Age and the Nidhogg coming in, but there is an Odysseus here. However, the Nidhogg does a lot of splash damage here. He's going to be able to pick off these Toxotes very, very fast. And Skady not microing this at all. You got to hit Alt-X. Alt-X is the counter to the Nidhogg, as the Nidhogg actually just completely cleans those Toxotes there. What a crazy strong usage of the Nidhogg. Making more Huskarl here in order to clean up those Toxotes. The Bellerophon in the back, waiting to jump in onto the Fire Giant, deal max damage. If you ever see the Bellerophon coming forward, you just have to retreat the Fire Giant to try and dodge the Bellerophon jump, if you can. Meanwhile, the Bellerophon does get taken down. So now the Fire Giant has free reign here, but there is the Medusa in the back, which can take down the Fire Giant very, very easily. And where's the Nidhogg going? Wait, can you heal? You can't heal the Nidhogg on the healing spring. Don't be silly, Magic. He's going to be flapping his wings over and go for some raids or something. Not sure that's where the value is, though, unfortunately. It's looking like Magic is now out of gold as well, as he's got no more gold mines that he can gather from every single part of this map. Looks like it has been secured by Skady here. The wall's up already over here, and the base over here secured. And the Nidhogg, nowhere to be seen, nowhere to be used. Ballists are coming out for Magic. He's attempting to push forward. Bellerophon trying to walk in and find something to pick off here, but it's not happening. Villagers getting pulled off the wood line in order to try and take down the Heliopolis. But they've got 650 HP as one hill fort falls. The Nidhogg over here attacking a storehouse of all things. And now the villagers are still coming forward. Medusa helping out just a little bit, but you need to get the Medusa to kill the fire giant, man. Bellerophon easily takes down the Ballista, which at this stage of the game probably not going to be able to help out too much. Nidhogg comes in, picking off one villager here, getting the value. Odysseus is going to be chasing him around, trying to do as much damage as he possibly can. Slowly but surely, Skady pushes through. Magic with 0 gold gatherers in his base, and that is the game there. GG. Well played by Skady. Unfortunately, Magic just not able to hold on with this map. If he had 3 docks, he could potentially have held on to this fish as well for a little bit longer. But I think the big thing that was kind of wrong with his economy is he didn't have enough villagers on gold to make dwarves while he was making the longboats. You need all of that food as Loki, which you're gathering from the water, in order to go into Herser, and then the transition into the hunt in order to get to the heroic age after you lose the water gracefully. That's the big thing. Lose gracefully on the water. I know it's tough, and it's definitely much easier for the Zeus player to play, but that's what you're going to be trying to do. Anyways, GG, well played. That is the series. Skady does finish it with a win. If you enjoyed these games, please consider hitting the follow button on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.